Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathing in through our noses and out through our mouths. Deep, long breaths. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. Feel that power of you keeping your back straight and your eyes closed, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's slightly painful. That's your true power. That's your determination. So use that power here, now, and forever. And see in your mind today how you will do when that music goes on as we work in the gym of life. But you gotta see it in your mind right now if you want to bring it out into the world. See yourself doing the best you can on all the stretches or exercises that we choose and do together here today, right here, right now, wherever we are. Because you were born to do that. You were born to use your determination to see in your mind what you want to create and then make real as you open your eyes and live your life. Good morning, determination. How's everyone doing today? Another day in the gym of life, another chance to be better than we were last time. So here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot as we usually do. But for now, you can just start walking on the spot as we slowly warm up our bodies and get ready for another session here together, another moment, a few moments here together. When I say go, we'll start jogging on that spot. Ready, and go. Always focused on our breathing and how we can control it, no matter what we're doing, wherever we are in life, wherever we go, not just in the stretches or exercises we're doing. Anytime we're using our bodies and our minds, let's remember how we can always take control of that breathing. It's the same way we can take control of our minds, our thoughts, and therefore our feelings. It's hard work, but just like everything else, with hard work comes all the best things in life. So here we go. We're almost there with the jog, almost there. Feel your body. All the things that are going on right now. Your arms moving, your heart beating, your breathing. That's your presence. That's phenomenal. You are phenomenal. And stop. All right. Walking on the spot. I'm just going to walk side to side here since I have enough space. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you have enough space as we work together here in the gym of life. The gym of life never ends, even though we may not be exactly where we want to be, at school, at work, wherever it is that we would see and be with all the people that we love and always look forward to being with. But we're here right now together in this moment, if you're watching this and you're doing this. So let's go, everybody. Here we go. Let's roll the shoulders first, 10 forward. Here we go. Again, doing the best shoulder rolls we've ever done. All the way to our ears and around. That's 4, 5. Let's do 10 forward. Here we go. And backwards. Again, enjoying the process, enjoying the effort that we're putting in right now to be our best in whatever we're doing. That's what matters. That's what matters. And that can always keep us in our greatest gift, our presence. You're here, you're watching, you're doing, you are living. You have everything you need. Here we go. Alright, arm circles forward. Let's do 10 forward again. Again, thinking about our breathing. Deep, long breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And backwards. 10 arm circles backwards. Taking good air in and letting bad air out. Excellent. Okay, hands on the hips, bend the knees and side stretch. 5 on each side. Alright, let's do twist now. Keep your feet on the floor and just twist your body. Twist your hips. Again, just feeling the joy of moving your body. Alright, okay, and let's do 5 push-ups. Try your best. Here we go. Best 5 push-ups ever. Alright, 5 sit-ups, everyone. Here we go. Always doing your best. If you need to use your arms to lift up, for now, that's okay. Just keep going. Don't give up. Alright, let's do 5 squats. Here we go. All the way down, all the way up. Arms straight up, looking straight ahead. Excellent. Alright, let's do 6 lunges. 3 on each side. Keeping our back straight, our body straight, looking straight ahead. Alright, good. And let's do 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Feeling the joy of being able to become uncomfortable in order to one day be comfortable doing this. Alright, and stand up again, everybody. And let's reach for the ceiling on our toes. Here we go. Or if you're outdoors, you're reaching for the sky. Again, feeling the joy of reaching, stretching, using those muscles in our body, all the parts of our body, to reach, to do better. Alright, actually touch the ceiling this time. Here we go. Excellent. Alright, and reaching now for your toes. Straight knees. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Excellent. Alright, good. And let's balance now. Grab one leg and balance. Really think about what you're doing. Find that point. And then pull that leg up towards your bottom. Bend the other knee if you have to. Feel the power of you finding your balance in this moment right now. And switch. It's the same way you can find your balance in whatever you're doing. Keep thinking. Keep trying different things. Again, bend that knee if you have to. And pull your foot up towards your bottom, and you should feel a pull on the front of your leg, front of your thigh. Alright, now let's hug our knee. Here we go. Once again, find that balance, work for it. There we go, bend that knee and lift or hug your knee fully. Give it a nice big hug. Alright, and switch. The other one now. Slowly come on up. Make sure you have plenty of space around you. Just in case you do lose your balance, you fall. You get right back up though. You know the truth, determination. We never give up. We get right back up and we keep going, no matter what. Alrighty.
Dope. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do do.
This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Stylin', wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Stop. Wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some nigga in it. Take a sip, sign the check. Julio, get the stretch. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. If we show up, we gon' show out. Smoother than a fresh drop skipping. I'm too hot. Call the police and the fireman. I'm too hot. Make a dragon wanna retire, man. I'm too hot. Bitch, say my name, you know who I am. I'm too hot. And my band bought that money. Break it down. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Girls hit you, hallelujah. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Cause Uptown Funk don't give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh! Before we leave, let me tell y'all a little something. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. I said uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Uptown, funk you up. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. If you freak dead and own it. Don't brag about it, come show me. Come on, dance, jump on it. If you sexed and flown it. Well, it's Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe it, just watch. Come on. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 oh!
steps up, hits it, and into the back of the net. Barcelona 2-1 up.
Deco's found space and looks for Lionel Messi. Brilliant move, brilliant goal. To them, Eto'o. Oh, it's fallen to Lionel Messi. Real danger here, and Messi gives Barcelona the lead for the first time in the tie.
Guys, today Wayne Dyer reminds us to not die with our music still in us. And this goes back to our purpose, finding out what it is that we really love doing and the thing that makes us truly happy. So what is it for you? Is it writing a book? Is it pursuing a talent? Is it doing something that you've always wanted to do, but you've always been afraid to do? Is it simply being the best mother, father, sister, brother, human being you can be? Whatever it is, you can do it. You have to believe it, and you have to understand that you have music inside you. You have something that is unique to you. You were put on this planet for a unique purpose. I finally realized I want to write my book. I want to share my life with people, and it has changed everything. So I challenge you to find what's that music within you. Have a great morning, everyone.
Born during the Holocaust and separated from his mother as an infant, Dr. Gabor Mate learned early what fear and loss feel like. Now, as a world-renowned physician and best-selling author, he spent his life uncovering a painful truth. The struggles we face, addiction, illness, anxiety, aren't just random misfortunes. They're rooted in the hidden pain we've carried for years. Mate's work isn't just about understanding trauma, it's about healing it. You can't change what happened to you, but you can change the story you tell yourself about it, and that changes everything. Need motivation?
Watch the top 10 with Believe Nation.
And if you make it all the way to the end of the video, leave a hashtag Believe in the comments below so I can celebrate with you in a future video. Believe. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number 1. Have courage to be yourself.
If I am always being a nice guy so that you will like me, but inside I'm feeling all these emotions that I'm not sharing with you, that's pretty lonely. Even though you might like me because I'm showing you this nice side of myself.
Right, that's not really me.
That's not me. There was a study done in Australia,
Wow.
or at least I used to work in palliative care as a doctor looking after dying people. In Australia, there was a palliative care nurse who wrote a book called The Top 5 Regrets of Dying People. These were people that were dying before their time, like I used to look after, of cancer or chronic neurological illness. You know what the top regret of dying people was? That they didn't have the courage to be themselves. And the third top regret was that they didn't have the courage to express their emotions. They pretended to be happy when they were not, and so on. So the question for the rest of us is, do we want to wait till some terminal illness wakes us up? Or should we just confront the fact that in so many ways we're afraid to be authentic because we're so afraid of being rejected? And as children, we didn't have much choice. As adults, can we develop that freedom to be ourselves?
Rule number 2 is focus on the present.
I think sometimes people get so stuck in healing their past, and that becomes like the main focus of their life, that they don't focus on the future at all, which is what they really need to work on to better themselves.
Actually, no. It's not a question of working on the future or the past. It's working on the present. Because here's the deal. Trauma is not what happened to us. Trauma is what happened inside us as a result of what happened to us. So, for reasons I explain in the book, I got the message in the first year of my life that I wasn't wanted. Okay? The trauma is not the war and the genocide amidst which I spent my first year. That wasn't the trauma. Those were the traumatic events. The trauma was the wound, which is my belief that I wasn't wanted and I'm not worthy. That's the trauma. But that's the good news. Because if the trauma was what happened to me, that was 78 years ago. It's over and done with. I can't change the past. I'll never not have been born as a Jewish infant under Nazi occupation. That'll never not have happened. Whatever happened to you, that'll never not have happened. But if the trauma is my belief that I'm not worthy, I can heal that in the present. And healing the present. So it's not a question of changing the past. It's a question of changing your relationship to the past in the present moment. So I could be embittered, and believe me, I have been, about the death of my grandparents in Auschwitz. I could be embittered about my infancy, and believe me, I have been. Or I could be damn grateful that I survived and have been able to pursue work and relationships that have been so meaningful to me. But it all depends on which angle I'm looking at it from. As long as I'm looking at it from a traumatic angle, I'm just embittered and despondent. I can't change the past, but I can change the present. Now, needless to say, I'm not giving you a formula. I'm just telling you my personal story. If I could look at it in this world, and on a bad day, by the way, I still don't. But if I can look at this world as a world in which there's a place for me, in which I can find meaning and love, my future is very different. So it's the present we need to work on. We need to work on what beliefs and body states do we hold in the present that limit us. If we deal with that present, the future will take care of itself.
Rule number 3 is learn to say no.
Prior to your awakening and transformational journey that you undertook sometime in your 40s, how easy did you find it to say no to other people's expectations?
Oh, I couldn't.
Okay, so you couldn't say no?
No.
All right. So I ask people this question. Where in your life do you have difficulty saying no? It shows up in 2 areas, work and in personal life. Okay? So you couldn't say no. The second question I ask people then is, what's the impact on you of your difficulty saying no?
It's exhausting. I don't like my own behavior.
Yeah, so it's this shame.
Lack of control.
Loss of control. Loss of control, by the way.
Anger. Blaming other people and making it their fault that I can't say no. That's right. And loss of control is one of the most significant triggers for stress, by the way, according to the stress literature. Well, that makes sense because we have a biological hardwired need for safety.
Exactly.
Which we try to achieve by controlling everything and everyone around us.
Only because we learned in childhood that if we didn't, there'd be no safety. If we had learned that there was safety, we would trust the world a lot more and we wouldn't have the control. So nobody's a control freak. Nobody's born a control freak. It's an adaptive trait is what that is.
Rule number 4 is process your trauma.
One of the things that you talk about in the book that's causing a lot of sickness is trauma.
Yeah.
And then more specifically, unprocessed trauma.
Yeah.
Help me define those a little bit for our audience.
Sure. So trauma is one of these words that everybody throws around.
Yeah, it's a buzzword.
Yeah. So let's just define it. So trauma literally comes from the Greek word for wound or wounding. So trauma is a wound, whether it's a physical wound or a psychological wound. In this case, we're talking about emotional wounds that haven't healed. So trauma is an unhealed wound that you sustain in childhood, but then it stays with you. And it directly causes inflammation in the body. It affects how your genes function, how your chromosomes function. It stresses your organs. It creates all kinds of physiological problems. On an emotional level, it instills a lot of pain in you that you try to escape from. And one of the ways you try to escape, for example, is through drug use or to other kinds of addictions, or through self-cutting or bulimia or any, pornography or whatever. It also makes you disconnects you from your own emotions because when a child is being traumatized, it's too painful to connect to themselves. So they disconnect. And that disconnect then causes all kinds of problems in terms of illness, mental and physical. So the impacts of trauma are vast and quite under-recognized.
Also, to make sure you're actually taking action after watching this video, I've designed a special free worksheet just for this video. The worksheet will highlight our favorite lessons from the video that will inspire you to remember what you learned today and actually apply them. The worksheet will also give you space to write down what your key takeaways are and your specific plan of action to make sure you're getting results. If you want the worksheet designed specifically for this video, absolutely for free, there's a link in the description below. Go click on it and start building the momentum in your life and your business. I'll see you there. Rule number 5 is shift your perspective.
How did you transform your relationship like with your past? You mentioned that there was a point where you were pretty bitter about what happened. And I think a lot of people, they get hardened, you know, on the outside because of what's happened to them in their past, that they just feel so much anger. Like, what are a few things that really helped you soften up when it came to that?
Well, it certainly wasn't an event. It was a process that took. I'm sort of thick-headed, so for me it took decades, you know. And even after I was well appreciated out in the world as a healer and author and so on, even after that, I had trouble shifting my own perspective on myself, you know. So that was a process that involved at some point therapy. It certainly involved my relationship with my wife, because we tend to carry our hurts and our self-limiting beliefs, our resentments into our closest relationships, and we tend to make our partners responsible for making us happy. And basically, I'm saying to my wife, take away my wounds, would you? And if you don't, it's your fault. You know, that was my attitude for a long time. I tell you, it doesn't quite work, you know? So ultimately, you have to learn to take responsibility for your own wounds and your own beliefs. And my relationship has been a powerful school ground for that learning. So the relationship therapy, all the reading that I've done, the work that I've done with others, psychedelic medicines have been of self-help to me as well. So spiritual work, taking care of my body so it doesn't drag me down, you know. Like, I can hardly wait to finish this conversation, not because I don't want the conversation, but because I get to go for a swim afterwards, you know. And for me, swimming is just like a real meditative, releasing exercise, you know. So it took a lot, and it continues to take an effort, you know, an effort in a very positive sense. So if somebody's stuck in old patterns, there's no reason to despair. I mean, it feels painful and difficult, but the possibility of healing is present all the time.
Rule number 6 is express anger.
The suppression, the
Okay, and let's sit down and reach for our toes with straight knees. Here we go. Again, enjoying fully, reaching for our toes. Just like we're reaching always in life, striving to be better than we were yesterday, a minute ago, a second ago. That's pure happiness. That's the joy of learning, infinite mind wealth. Okay, and let's go V-shape now, and reach for the floor. Here we go. As far away from your body as you can. Feeling certain muscles being stretched. Your ability to think about that, that's your awareness and that's your determination. The power to control your thoughts, to focus on your being right now. And switch, reach for one side. Alrighty, and reach for the other side. Again, you're trying to touch your toes. If you don't, that's okay. Just reaching. Feeling the joy of going for it. Alright, and let's pull our feet together and gently push our knees down with our elbows. Here we go. Feeling the pull a little bit on the inner thighs, just a little bit, as we gently use our elbows to push our knee towards the ground. Okay, one leg forward, one leg back. Go as far back as you can. Keep that knee on the ground though. And let's hold it there for 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Okay, and again, go as far back as you can, but keep your knee on the ground. A little bit with some space here, but we'll do our best. Always do our best. That's what we got. Okay, and let's go into a cobra stretch. So, belly's on the ground, push the floor and look up at the ceiling or the sky, wherever you are. Wherever you are, here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Alright, good everyone. Okay, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Once again, feeling that power to control our breathing the way we control our mind and our thoughts. So right now, let's see ourselves doing the best we can when that music goes on. For me today, I'm going to play 2 songs. Again, feel free to listen to my songs or have your own playing. But whatever you do, pick 2 exercises or 2 stretches or 2 movements that are safe within the space you have. And for one song, the duration of one song, try to keep going in that one specific exercise activity. For me, I'm going to be doing planks, holding the plank position for as long as I can for the first song, hopefully the whole song. And for the second song, I'm going to see in my mind right now, holding side plank position for each side for the duration of that song. I'm going to see that in my mind right now. Right now, see in your mind what you want to make real when that music goes on. See it with the full power that it's possible. See it with the full power of belief and intention, determination to do your best to make it happen. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Determination. It's all about belief. You gotta believe in yourself. Here we go. I believe I can do this. Let's see. What about you? What are you doing? Are you doing planks like me? If you are, let's go. The whole song. Listen to the words of this powerful song. Everything's about believing in yourself. Everything. It all begins there. You believe that you can do something. Do you believe that? No matter how long it takes, no matter how hard you gotta work, if you don't believe it, it'll never happen. Belief is the activating force, the key to unlocking the full power of our minds. And then we gotta determine to do it. There we go, everybody. Always believe. I miss and love your determination. I miss and love you all the time. But we are here right now together. We are united. Right now, working on holding a plank position maybe. I don't know what it is you're working on. You're doing a dance or something or an exercise. Keep moving. Keep going. Don't give up. Let's go. The whole song. We're doing this. The whole song. That's right. Evan's right. We gotta fix our mindset. Meaning, if we correct our thoughts, turn them into nothing but positivity and belief in ourselves, all the rest of the anxiety, mind health challenges, all those lying thoughts will just go away. But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. Determination. Only you can do it. Only you can believe in you. Actually, others, of course, can believe in you, but the number one thing that will matter is whether you believe in yourself. You don't want to waste everyone else's belief in you. It'll all go away if you don't believe in yourself. We were born to do it. We were born to believe in ourselves. First and foremost, to love ourselves no matter what. To know the truth of what others feel about us if they believe in us too. Almost there, almost there. Song's almost over. Let's go. Determination, let's go. Awesome work, determination. All right, next song.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
Messi. Xavi. Messi! Brilliant! Inside the first 5 minutes for Barca. Successfully slotted home by Lionel Messi.
Toca el Kun para Messi, queda perfilado de derecha, tiene que arrancar para el otro lado, ahí va, pero ya le cierra el camino Torrado y sigue Messi y jugó la pelota para Maxi, Maxi para Julio Cruz, de zurda en el jardinero y viene Messi, gol.
Con el número
Good afternoon, guys. I remember Stephen Covey sharing some amazing wisdom in his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it affected me profoundly when I heard it. And it is this: the way we regard or treat the 1% is going to be the key to how we affect the 99% of people. So what that means is that the 1% of people that may test us the most in terms of our control and our response to things is going to determine how we are regarded and how we treat the rest, the 99%. So the ones that challenge us the most, and we have to ask ourselves again, where is the real challenge? The real challenge is in controlling our minds and how we respond to that 1%. Okay, because everyone is ultimately a 1. We're all a 1, and we have to remember that. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Repression of healthy anger is a major risk factor for illness. It actually suppresses the immune system for reasons I will tell you later. So there's basically 3 ways of dealing with anger. One is to repress it, like this woman did. So these are the people that are always nice. You know, they're always nice. I worry about really nice people. The other way is to give in to it and to act it out, to go into rages. That's also unhealthy. The repression of anger leads to autoimmune disease and cancer. When you're raging all the time, that increases your risk of heart disease and strokes. So in the aftermath, the studies have shown that in the aftermath of a rage episode, your risk of a heart attack doubles for the next 2 hours. Then there's the healthy expression of anger, or the healthy processing of anger, which most of us don't know how to do. We either do the one or we do the other. I'll talk to you about healthy anger later. But how do we deal with anger has a crucial effect on our health. And this guy writes, you know, she had no ego. She just blended in with the environment in an unassuming manner. And this is supposed to be a good thing. Now, my wife's name is Ray, and she's an artist, and it's one of her paintings that provided the detail here on the cover and the color scheme for the cover for this book. And sometimes I say to Ray, you know, we've been married 42 years. I go, well, why can't you blend in with the environment in an unassuming manner? But Ray has done her psychological work, and she's read my book, and she's also seen the studies. You know, there was a study just 4 or 5 years ago presented at a major medical conference that looked at 1,700 women over a 10-year period. And over a 10-year period, out of these women, those who were unhappily married and suppressed their feelings were 4 times as likely to die as those who were also unhappily married but expressed their feelings. So the issue wasn't happy marriage or unhappy marriage. The issue was, did the woman express herself or did she not? So when I come to this point at my talk, this permits me to reassure the men in the audience that the next time you think your wife is a bitch, you should be glad about it.
Rule number 7 is ask for help.
What do you say to somebody right now who they're just afraid of like living in the world that we're in today? Because as we talked about, it's kind of a hard place to exist in right now, and they've lost hope. They're like, all right, I'm listening to you guys chat, and I know that I need to change certain things, but what's the point? Like, I feel like the world's against me. Like, how can somebody escape the victim mindset?
Well, so if I was talking to a person like that, I would say, first of all, I get it, because I've been to that place myself. I mean, I've had moments when I didn't think life was worth living, and I imagined my own suicide. Never that I planned it or I was going to do it, but I kind of fantasized it, you know? I've been to those places, so I get it. Secondly, I would say, I feel that the world's against me. That's not a feeling. It's a belief, okay? If you have that belief, it's because at some point you had that experience. But you're not having that experience right now. That experience was that of a child who was helpless and alone. So what's showing up in your belief system is not your present situation, but your childhood emotional experience. And like I said before, in the present we can heal. No matter what happened then, we can heal in the present. So the first thing I would ask a person like that is, are you willing to consider that healing is possible for you? Or have you totally given up? By the way, a person who's totally given up wouldn't be telling you this. Because when people talk this way, whether they know it or not, they're asking for help. If they weren't asking for help, they wouldn't say anything. They just slink off of their own and isolate themselves. And as some people do. So anybody who speaks the way that you just cited is already, whether they know it or not, they're looking for help. And if that's the case, then they can be helped. And so that's the second point is, don't try and solve this on your own. We're human beings. We're creatures that evolved in connection and community. You're not alone with this. It may feel like you're alone, and you certainly might feel lonely, but you're not in fact alone. Millions feel exactly the same way. And they're not crazy, and you're not crazy. Those beliefs and feelings are normal responses to abnormal circumstances. So that's how I begin working with the people, with a person with that mindset.
Rule number 8 is ask the right questions.
I will define addiction for you.
Okay.
As manifested in any behavior in which a person finds temporary relief or pleasure and therefore craves, but then suffers negative consequences as a result of and doesn't give up despite the harm. So craving pleasure, relief in the short term, harm, inability to give it up. That's what an addiction is. Now, let me just go sideways a little bit.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And you've already answered it, but according to that, notice I didn't say anything about drugs. I said any behavior.
Yeah.
Now, if I speak to a room of 1,000 people and I give that definition and I say, according to that definition, which is not controversial, if you ever had an addictive pattern in your life, just raise your hand. And out of 1,999,
yes,
will raise their hands, and there's one liar who won't, you know, but basically it's almost everybody. Now, here's the second question. And I don't care what your addictive patterns were, whether they were to alcohol, which you mentioned, or to whatever else. Not what was wrong with it, but what was right about it. What did it give you in the short term that you wanted? So what did it give you?
Oh, well, with alcohol, it was like a sense of belonging and relief, and it was a way to turn my brain off.
Okay.
And to escape.
Okay. When do people need to escape?
When they're stressed.
When they're suffering.
Yeah.
Okay. So the addiction wasn't the disease that you had. It wasn't your primary problem. It was an attempt to solve the problem of emotional pain and isolation. So my mantra on addiction is, don't ask why the addiction, ask why the pain. And if you want to understand the pain, look at the person's life rather than just their genes.
Rule number 9 is live authentically.
Let me tell you about a friend of mine who lives in Calgary. Her name is Shannon Doog. And Shannon is 48 years old now. And when she was 37, she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. Now, stage 4 meant that the cancer was already in her bones by the time it was diagnosed. At that time, she had 2 young children, aged 1 and 3, and married to a well-to-do businessman. She herself was a very high-functioning executive for Microsoft in Calgary. And then she's diagnosed. She had the perfect life, perfect marriage, perfect home, of course. And then she's diagnosed. And healthy, physically, you know, fit, always ate well. And then she's diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And she has a transformation. Now, she gets the best medical advice she can get anywhere in North America, and she traveled to New York and elsewhere. And she got the best medical treatment, and with that, she was given 1 year to live, because that's the prognosis. Stage 4, despite the medical treatment, chances are you'll be dead in 1 year. Now,
Side planks for me. Here I go. Holding one side for half the song and maybe holding the other side for the other half. Listening to, again, powerful music, energy, words. Bob was right. One love. Bob Marley knew the truth, just like you know the truth. We all know the truth. We're made of it. Of course. If we just take our minds when they're negative and they're anxious and stressed and fearing, if we took our minds, our thoughts, and just moved them out of the way, all there is love. We are made of pure love, pure infinite intelligence. We get to work on our bodies, our minds all the time to be the true beings we were born to be. Even if we feel like quitting, it's hard. It's hard to control our minds, to get it out of the way. But we can do what we were born to do. Alright, let's go to the other side now. Here we go. Oh, love it. Feeling the sweat. All that old fluid leaving the body. Make room for some new, good fluid. Here we go. Just like our new thoughts. We get rid of the old thoughts that don't serve us to make room for new, good thoughts, positive thoughts that serve us to be who we were all born to be. Love. That's it. Simple. No hate. No anger. Those things are going to be there. We're going to feel it sometimes, but with our determination, we can determine love, not hate. Determination, not giving up. Happiness, not depression. Joy, not sadness. How's everyone doing? Hanging in there, keep going. We're almost done. Let's always be united together, just like we are right now, right here. Alright. I'm proud of my effort. How about you? How about you? How about you, determination? I'm proud of you. I love you.
Good evening, guys. I want to share with you another funny story from Les Brown. And this is from his speech in the journal. He was providing an example where he was so determined, so resilient, trying to get a job as DJ, at this jockey, that he would go every day. Every time he got rejected by the gentleman trying to get a job from, he would still go back every day. That gentleman get frustrated. He would be saying, what do you want now? And Les Brown would give reasons, and as to why he was showing up every day. And the funniest reason was after I don't know how many times back and forth, Les Brown said to him, because the guy asked him, said to him, what do you want now? I told you there's no jobs here. And then he said, well, I don't know if anybody got sick or down here. And I thought, that is incredible. I mean, it's funny because obviously we don't want anybody to die, but these things happen, and Les Brown was ready to take that chance or that opportunity. Have a great evening, everyone.
A year ago, a year ago now, Shannon traveled Napa Valley, California, with some of her friends, and they celebrated her 10th year survival and her 47th birthday. And the transformation that she experienced was that when she was diagnosed and started paying attention, she realized that her life. She was facing it as a child. And her response to the abuse was, of course, as many children will experience, it can't be about the adults, about me, but this terrible thing happened to me. I'm a very, very bad person. So I had to be very, very good to compensate. So he's a good daughter who doesn't talk about it, doesn't listen to the waters, to good employee, who listens to a good wife, who doesn't talk about his husband's addiction issue, because that would again disturb the waters. And when she was diagnosed, she wants to live this health, affection, and goodness. And she confronts her family over about the abuse that she had incurred, and she confronts her husband. And she starts thinking and she leaves the job, by the way, which wasn't her. Wasn't what we expected she was. Now, 11 years later, the cancer is still in her bones, but it's completely inactive. But she knows that if she wants to stay alive, she needs to stay authentic. So that I believe that many of these things are irreversible. I'm not promising you're here to anybody, but Shannon really underwent a major self-doubt journey. And she continues every day to work at it. She practices spiritual ways she ignored all those years. And she pays attention to herself, and she keeps figuring stuff out. And she's picture health. Her and I negotiate together sometime. So that there's ways to get there, but it's a commitment. And of course, it might threaten the attachment relationships. So that's always your call.
And number 10, the last one, very simple bonus clip, is we look and recognize.
In general, you have the most mental disorders, very mental disorder, or origin childhood experience, and originates from the coping mechanism. Anxiety. If I were to pull a gun on you, you would not be anxious, you'd be afraid, as you should be. So whenever you're afraid, when you're threats on something, either something bad happened to us, or something that we have received in need, as something that we need is a threat to be taken away from us. Now, in your child's life, in your child's life, anxiety is an attachment one. What is the child's need? Attachment should depend, connection should depend, when the parents are around, the child should feel some fear. That's their purpose. Because when the child feels fear, he cries, she vocalizes, adaptive. So it's a coping mechanism. But now what happens to a person whose parents are taught by medical experts, like I used to, until I learned about brothers, not to take his medicine fine. Not that natural fear that causes crying, that brings parents, which is anxiety, is embedded in the child. So what we need to bring not generalized. So under certain circumstances, there shouldn't be fear and anxiety. But when I have anxiety, when there's no immediate threat, what is that about? It's not a response to anything external. It's the embedded anxiety of the child. No. In society, it makes people more isolated all the time. That very human social contact is replaced by the cold and impersonal mobility of the internet. And when we put into genuine threat, very young people have less opportunity for meaningful employment and belonging and sense of purpose than the parents used to. There's more general threat. No, not general threat, it's people who are in childhood over-immersed in anxiety, not relieved by the mental health outcome, not by the anxiety situation. So when it comes to friends with anxiety, I would get that rid of childhood and recognize that anxiety is usually the cry of some desperate child part of themselves, and to get help with that part. Not just take tranquilizers, not anxiety, or not to go and get to suicide or to escape momentarily, but to actually see that the anxiety is a normal response on their part to what actually happened to them. And then let it be relieved and recovered from if they look at it first.
Once you have shifted the focus from why addiction to why the pain, and you start to work with someone, what approaches have you found out? What tools?
Well, so I very much salute your friend's approach. It's exactly the approach I would take myself. And I call it compassionate inquiry. So inquire in a compassionate way. Not why did I do this, but why did I do this?
Right.
The first one is not a question, it's a statement, it's a self-condemnation. The second one is a question. Wonder why I did this? This is my pain. And so what your friend said that serves you. So thank it, love it. But they is absolutely right. I call it a stupid friend. The stupid friend is the one who helps you in a particular way at a certain time, but it can't learn that way doesn't function anymore.
Right.
Instead of helping, now it's hurting. So it's a friend, and it's sleeping now, but it's stupid. It's not learning that you know longer than a 3-year-old, or a 5-year-old, or a 15-year-old. You know? So this is not leads to the question of trauma, because it's one thing to recognize that all this originates in child pain. It's quite another to transform that pain. And for that, we have to understand what trauma is. So people often think that trauma is what happens to you. So trauma is a divorce when you're small and your parents are fighting. Trauma is your mother's depression. Trauma is your father's alcoholism. Trauma is your parents' argumentation. Trauma is physical or sexual abuse or some loss. Those are the traumas. Those are traumatic. But the trauma is not what happens to you. The trauma is what happens inside you. And as a result of these traumatic events, what happens inside you is you're disconnected from your emotions, and you're disconnected from your body. And you have difficulty being in the present moment, and you develop a negative view of your world, and a negative view of yourself, and a negative view of other people. And then these perspectives keep showing up in your life in the present, because they're the stupid friends. And so the issue is not just to recognize what happened 10, 15, 30, however many years ago, but to actually recognize the manifestations in the present moment and to transcend them. And how you do that? By reconnecting with yourself, by restoring the connection between your body primarily and with your emotions that you lost. And once you do, when you found these things again, then you have what we call recovery. Because what does that mean to recover something? It means to find it again. So what is it that people find when they recover? They find themselves. And the loss of self is the essence of trauma. So the real purpose of addiction treatment, mental health treatment, and any kind of healing is reconnection.
For 10 more amazing tools, and if you remember check the video right next to me, I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you.
Double inhale followed by an extended exhale are the fastest way that I'm aware of to bring the mind and the body into a more relaxed state. Really? Yeah. The fastest way. The fastest way. I don't know what I was doing.
Orange during the Holocaust and sex.
Here we are. And then the way we come together. Knowing the truth of determination. Never. We are energy. We are one energy. We take control of our breathing in this moment. The way we did our best today and all the exercise that we did. That's the same way, the same process we can use to make the best decisions, not decisions, determinations, positive choices, love choices, peaceful, grateful, mind healthy, wealthy. Choices and determinations. We don't choose to lose. We determine to win. Just like the one that gets here right now. Just like